It's Johnjay and Rich. Friday. That's Friday. Yo, what's up?
Yeah.
March 12th, Friday, 2021. Our number 877-937-1047. There's this TV show on Amazon TV, Prime TV, whatever it's called. It's called Tell Me Your Secrets. I brought it up a couple weeks ago, and Kyle finished it immediately. It's about a serial killer. And Suzette started watching it the other day. I finished it last night, and I stayed up till 10 o'clock to finish it. And Kyle's right. It takes all these twists and turns. And in fact, I don't know if I've seen a show like this before.
Yeah.
Where it's like at the end, it's like bam, bam, bam. And I was telling Kyle in the back room, my wife and two of my boys were eating dinner last night, late dinner, Chipotle, and I was all by myself on the sofa watching. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden something happened, and I did like what I can't believe that my reflexes were this. My hand went over my mouth, and I went, like my mother. Like there was this scene, like the last scene where the knock on the door and the whatever. Like I did that, and I was like,
well, because it's almost like, so you think about all the shows that you've watched that have like a twist at the end, and you go, okay, God, I should have seen the signs, right? And then there's other shows that add like twists at the end, and you're like, it's not even believable. You just wanted to add a twist to have a twist, right? This show has like 8 twists at the end, and you don't see any of them coming.
I know.
And at the same time, you go, oh, yeah, it's totally believable. Like, of course that's what it was the whole time.
It kind of reminded me a little bit of like, yeah, you're right. You kind of go, of course. But I was sitting there like, did you ever play house when you were a kid?
Yeah.
Like when I was a kid, most people like, my friends played like baseball, football, but I was stuck with my sister, and we did dance and we played house. And I remember when we played house, it'd be like, you know how you narrate as a kid? Okay, and then all of a sudden I came back to life, and then I chased you, and then I got on top of the car, and then like you do that. It's almost like they were playing really dark house, because there's like
really dark.
Yeah, there's all these scenarios that happen. It's like they're like all these things happen. You're like, what? And I'm like, it's just dark.
All has to be in the very last episode, because that's all I need. It's just one more
episode.
And I'm so mad, because I was watching the show, and I'm like, there's no way Johnjay's gonna finish this show. That's like he left off on episode 6. I'm trying to do the math. It's fine. I won't stay up late to finish the show. And then I come in and I'm like, no, I could have stayed up late and just finished it. And it's driving me crazy, because I want to know what happened.
I recommend this show, but I think it's a show you gotta sit through, right? Because it's kind of like,
it's funny because my sister texted me about it because she was listening to the show the other day. She's like, what's that show? I was like, Tell Me Your Secrets. But I feel like you really have to give it like 3-4 episodes. But those first ones are kind of slow, but they're important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To sort of, build the base of everything.
And I think there's going to be a season 2. I would assume it's a hit. I don't know.
Didn't you say it was taped like a few years ago and they shelved it or something?
So it's like the main star, she's actually in real life married to the main creepy guy.
Which is so bizarre, because he's like a
for real?
Really
for
creepy
real
guy.
In real life. Yeah, she's
Weird.
Emma is married to John in real life.
That's so weird.
And they filmed this show,
Yeah.
and they filmed this show like 3 or 4 years ago, and they shelved it. And then she is in The Undoing, and then The Undoing became so successful that Amazon picked this show up and then released it. And this show's doing so well. I went on her Instagram last night and saw everything. She just signed on for a new George Clooney movie. So she's like she's on her way to probably being a massive star.
Good for her.
I know. So, and you know what too? There's this trend I'm seeing with certain people that are really, really cool, where like she's got like almost 1 million followers on Instagram, but she doesn't follow anybody.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, oh man, she's so cool. She didn't follow her husband. Like, it's just really, really cool. Anyway,
That's so
called
weird.
Tell Me Your Secrets. I have to tell you something going on with my kids too right now. Is that they've all are doing the Marvel Universe thing. I'm actually excited for them and proud of them, because they become, and we use the word obsessed a lot, but they are obsessed with watching all the movies in order. And like we had to go to the doctor yesterday, took them to the doctor, and they like have their phones with them and they're watching Thor. But what I like about my 3 boys is that they're doing it all together on their own. Like they're not moving to the next movie until all of them have watched a movie together. Right, so they all watched Thor together yesterday, the day before, and they're doing it in order. There's some website or somewhere that tells you which movies to watch, and then Kemp tells me that after you watch, I think it's Iron Man 2, it tells you to go into Hulk, and then you go into Thor, and he says, don't do that, skip Hulk.
Oh yeah.
right? But but everywhere it tells you to go Hulk. But
I
Why
think
does
they're
he
just
say
saying,
skip Hulk?
well, because after the credits in Iron Man 2 is when they find the hammer, and then in Thor, I guess he says it starts right there. Like Thor actually starts from there.
Yeah.
So it's like you keep going. Like, oh, why get sidetracked with Hulk, especially when it's a different Hulk.